Hello there, Jefferson. It's the Colonel with Edit with the Colonel, Nashville Hot. Now today, I've got a mind to show you how to put all of your pictures with your sound and your music and your sound effects and make your projects look all good and cityfied. Are you ready to go?
The time someone lied to me was a while ago. My mom was going to take my brother and I to go somewhere. The 7-year-old me was like, yeah, let's go do a cool thing. Now, don't get me wrong. I had good relationships with my brother and my mom, but what she did was horrible.
Now, when you talk about something being horrible, I wanted to show a picture of a kid that looked really scared or frightened or something. I looked for scared kid, and I know that the website Flickr is allowed in our school. Sometimes you'll find websites that they won't let you use because they're blocked because of all that internet security thing, which I don't know nothing about, no way. But Flickr, F-L-I-C-K-R, is one that's allowed. So sometimes you can look for a word and you can look for Flickr. And this is what I found. Remember, go to the page where it is, and you can see the picture. Who took it? Capture Queen is their handle, and the name of the picture is Scared. So remember, Command-Shift-4. And what I like to do is get some of the picture and get the title. Drop it on your desktop. Let's download this picture and see what happens. We want the biggest copy, don't we? That's right. 800 by 533. It goes to my downloads. Remember, it's the same size as my screen, like a big screen TV, right? And you go to your downloads and go to the... Oh, look, here it is. I don't have to go to the Finder. I'm going to drag it, and I'm going to drop it right before the dialogue that goes with it.
I had good relationships with my brother and my mom, but what she did was horrible.
That's right. Hover over that. You see how it's 5.1 seconds long? Guess how long this picture needs to be. That's right, 5.1 seconds long. So grab the end, and then you stretch it to 5.1. It'll tell you right up in the corner there. And then if you hover over the top, remember over the picture, not over the blue part, and then you hold down Control and click. Control, click, you want to detach the audio, and it takes the sound off of the movie. Grab it at the top. Don't grab it down here. Don't grab it by the arrows. Don't click around none either. Grab it at the top, and then you move it right over here, and then you can delete the video that goes with it. But there's something I want to show you. When you load a picture into iMovie, it's going to automatically do something called a Ken Burns effect. It's going to do a zoom, but that zoom is usually too fast. Let's just watch this part and see how it looks.
I had good relationships with my brother and my mom, but what she did was horrible.
Now that does zoom a little too fast for me, so let me show you how to change that. You click on this picture, then go up to your crop tool, those 2-letter L's that are sitting on top of each other like an acrobat or something. You click on that, and you click on Ken Burns. Now, it says start and end. That means it's going to start in the wide shot. It's going to zoom in a little tighter. But I always tell my people, where you end should barely be different in size than where you started. You know, y'all don't want to do something like this, because what's going to happen in 5 seconds is you're going to zoom in so tight, it's going to make you sick to your stomach, and it's going to look like this.
I had good relationships with my brother and my mom, but what she did was horrible.
That's a little too scary for me, like that Exorcist movie or whatever you Yankees watch. It's messed up, man, I tell you something. So, click on this and make where you end be just slightly smaller or larger than where you started. So you don't want much of a size difference at all. You just want a little bitty bit around the border to give you enough movement to make it interesting without making you want to get sick all over yourself.
The time someone lied to me was a while ago. My mom was going to take my brother and I to go somewhere. The 7-year-old me was like, yeah, let's go do a cool thing. Now, don't get me wrong. I had good relationships with my brother and my mom, but what she did was horrible.
One thing with the editing I want to tell you. Remember how we switch pictures right when the words change? You always want to change pictures wherever. That is a freaky looking picture if you look at it. Now back to what I was saying. You always want to change pictures where there's a comma or a period in your sentence. You never want to change in the middle of a sentence unless there's a really good reason for you to do that. Now I want to find some music or some sound effects. Let's just go with like nature stuff. What about birds chirping in the front yard or something? Sunday church ambiance. Hit play. That's not bad. If we want it, remember you click on Sunday church ambiance. To download it, click on the MP3 button. It'll take it to your downloads. And it plays. Remember, it's playing in iTunes, so you want to go to iTunes and then you close it. Don't forget, Command-Shift-4, get the name of that file and get who recorded it. Laser, L-E-Z-E-R. They don't know how to capitalize or spell, but I'm not a teacher. It's in the downloads, but I don't see anything here, so I'm going to go back to the Finder. A lot of times what you download will be at the very end, so I'm going to click it. I'm going to drag that. Now, notice I got two different sound files at the bottom. That's just fine. You can have talking and sound effects and listen to what you get.
The time someone lied to me was a while ago. My mom was going to take my brother and I to go somewhere.
Now, do you hear how that sound effects is too loud? Your background sound should always be quiet, so I'm going to turn that way down. Sometimes when it's music, I turn it down to like 4 or 6%. The big way is just to listen to it. I want to turn it down just a little bit more, just cause.
The time someone lied to me was a while ago.
That's good.
My mom
I like
was going
that.
to take my brother and I to go somewhere. The 7-year-old me was like, yeah, let's go do a cool thing.
Now,
don't get me wrong. I had good relationships with my brother and my mom, but what she did was horrible.
We got 2 pictures and some sound effects. Let me show you how I would do the credits for those. Remember, you always want to go to backgrounds. And I want you to pick something that is not white, because if you put white letters on top of a white background, it's hard to read. Let's go with blobs. So you drop it down here, and I want you to stretch it out real long. I'm going to go with like 20 seconds or something. We're going to add some text, so we go up to titles. And what are the ones we want to use? Do you remember? They are called zoom, horizontal blur, or centered. I'm going to do horizontal blur because it has some movement. It's funny to look at. I'm going to load several of them. Let's take the first one. Let's stretch it out for 5 seconds. And this one is going to be your name. The video is produced by who? So you double click on this purple line. Now look, they're 2 different sizes now. We want to delete everything. Turn on your caps lock. Produced by, that's in all capitals. But for your name, just capitalize the first letters. Produced by Colonel Sanders. Let's add another one. I want to do another horizontal blur. I'm going to click it. It turns yellow all the way around. Drag it and drop it. Scoot it right up next. And let's make it the same length too. Let's make it 5 seconds long. Yeah, let's put the name of the website and then photos. Then we'll put the names of the people that gave those pictures to us. Capture Queen was our first one, because she starts with a C. The other one, kind of weird, kind of Scandinavian name, Lynn Uni Sodom. Make sure you check it and spell it right. If you get a ton of pictures, and you need to put several lines up here, remember you can select it all and you can make it smaller. You can go down to, I don't know, 80 point or something. And if you need to use more than one screen full of pictures from Flickr, that's fine. Just make sure you put Flickr photos at the top of each one in all caps. Now let's get us another one. And let's do the same thing for sound effects. 5 seconds long, 5 seconds long. Guess how long I want this one to be? Because everybody needs to be equal in God's family. Yes, they do. Sound Bible, sound effects. Now, this is getting big. We might want to make this one smaller. I don't like to break lines up. If they're meant to be said together as a phrase, let's make them smaller. Let's go to 80. There was only one person you got it from, and it was Laser, but they spelled it L-E-Z-E-R, and they didn't capitalize. So I'm going to capitalize that name because I'm old-fashioned that way. Now, you see how you have a blank line right down here? You never want to have a blank line in your credits. So, delete that line, and the more people you get sound effects from, you just add them at the bottom as you go. Make sure you put them in alphabetical order, and make sure that the font is all the same size. But if you got to list lots of different people, you can do it that way. Click on that horizontal blur, drag it, drop it, make it 5 seconds long, scooch it all the way over. Music in all capitals. And since this is so big, I would shrink it down. At the end, you go with the transition. You fade to black. and trim it back so that the credits are all that you see. When the credits are done, we fade out. So it's one long piece of video with 4 credits. And here's our example for that. First, who did the producing? That would be me. Who did our photos? We got them listed in alphabetical order. Who did our sound effects? If they're all coming from Sound Bible, we'll list them all in alphabetical order. And then if you do music, what are the different songs you used from Incompetech? But that's about all we got to do when it comes to this audiobook. So I'm going to shut up and we're going to get to work. You have a good day now. Bye-bye.